Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to do something cool. We're going to pop the hood on electric cars and figure out their secret recipe. What actually makes them go. So let's get right into it.
Okay, so you've seen them, right? These cars that just glide down the street almost silently. But have you ever really wondered, what's going on under the hood? How does plugging your car into the wall, like a giant phone, make it zoom down the highway? Well, that's the big mystery we're solving today. All right, first things first, let's talk about a regular old gas-powered car. You know the drill. It rumbles, it's kind of loud, you got to take it to the gas station, and it's got that exhaust pipe in the back. Now, an electric car, what we call an EV, is a whole different beast. It's so quiet, you charge it up at home, and if you look at the back, yep, no exhaust pipe. At all, because there's nothing coming out. And this is where it gets crazy. Check this out. When you fill up a gas car, only about, 27% of that gasoline's energy actually makes the car move? The rest is just wasted as heat. Your engine gets hot, right? That's wasted energy. But an electric car? Whoa! Over 70% of the electricity from the battery goes straight to the wheels. That's just so much more efficient. It's not even close. Okay, get ready for this number. 60%. What does that mean? It means an electric car has about 60% fewer moving parts than a gas car. Think about that. Fewer parts means way less stuff that can break down. It means less maintenance. And it's a huge reason they're so quiet. It's just a simpler, way smarter way to build a car. So, if it's so much simpler, what's actually inside? Let's get into what I like to call the basic EV recipe. Seriously, think of it like baking a cake. You just need a few key ingredients to make the magic happen. This whole secret recipe really boils down to just 3 key ingredients. You've got the battery, which is all the power. You've got the power brains, that's the smarts, and you've got the motor, that's the muscle. Power, smarts, and muscle. Super simple, right? Okay, let's look at each one. All right, ingredient number 1, the battery. And no, we're not talking about the little AA batteries you put in a TV remote. This thing is a giant, rechargeable power pack. It holds all the electricity the car will ever need. And you know what's cool? Most of them use lithium-ion batteries, which is the exact same tech that's in your phone or your laptop. It's just, way, way bigger. And this battery, it's a huge deal. Just look at the cost. It is by far the single most expensive part of an EV. We're talking anywhere from a quarter to even half the price of the entire car. That's why you hear so much about making batteries better and cheaper. It's really the key to making electric cars something everyone can afford. Okay, ingredient number 2, the power brains. This is the car's super smart computer. The fancy name is power converters, but I like power brains better. Just think of it like a traffic cop for all the electricity. It tells the power where to go. Okay, you from the charger go into the battery, and you from the battery head over to the motor. It makes sure everything gets to the right place at the right time safely. It's the manager of the whole operation. And last but not least, the muscle, the electric motor. This is the part that does the actual work. It takes that electricity from the battery, the stuff that the power brains directed over, and uses it to spin the wheels and, make the car go. And it does it super quietly, super efficiently, and with instant power. That's why EVs feel so zippy and quick the second you touch the pedal. Okay, so we have our recipe. But just like with ice cream, electric cars don't come in just one flavor. Nope. There are a few different types out there, and each one puts its own little spin on that basic recipe. So let's explore the different flavors, shall we? The first and probably most famous flavor is the battery electric vehicle, or BEV for short. This is what most people think of, the all-electric car. Think of a Tesla or a Nissan Leaf. It runs 100% on electricity. That's it. There's no gas tank, no engine oil to change. You just plug it in and charge it up. So what's the good stuff about these? Well, 0 emissions coming out the back, they're incredibly quiet, and there's hardly any maintenance. But there are some challenges. You might have heard of range anxiety, that little worry that you might run out of juice before you find a charger. And yeah, charging definitely takes longer than the 5 minutes it takes to fill up with gas. All right, next flavor, the hybrid electric vehicle, or HEV. I like to call this one the team player. Why? Because it has both a gas engine and an electric motor, and they work together as a team to save fuel. Now, here's the really important part. You don't plug this car in, ever. The car charges its own little battery using the gas engine and by capturing energy when you brake. Pretty clever. But wait, just to make things interesting, there's another kind of hybrid. It's called a plug-in hybrid, or PHEV. The huge difference is right there in the name. You can plug it in.
It's got a much bigger battery, so you can drive a decent distance, like all the way to school and back, using only electricity. The gas engine is just there as a backup for longer trips.
So, the upside to both kinds of hybrids? You get way better gas mileage, and there's absolutely zero range anxiety because you've always got that gas engine ready to go. The downside? Well, they still burn gas. They still have an exhaust pipe and emissions. So they're a step in the right direction, but they're not totally zero emission like a full BEV. Okay, now we're getting into some seriously futuristic stuff. Our next flavor is the fuel cell electric vehicle, or FCEV. Basically, it's a hydrogen car. You don't plug this one in either. Instead, you fill it up with hydrogen gas. The car then does some amazing sciencey stuff. It mixes the hydrogen with oxygen from the air and makes its own electricity right there on the spot. And get this, the only thing that comes out of the tailpipe? Water. Just clean water. How cool is that?
The good part? It's amazing. Zero emissions, and you can refuel it in about 5 minutes, just like a gas car. But the challenges are pretty huge. For one, hydrogen fuel is super expensive right now. And two, trying to find a hydrogen station is, well, good luck. There are hardly any around. So it's an awesome idea, but the technology just isn't quite there for all of us yet.
So there you have it. We've learned the secret recipe and we've checked out all the different flavors of electric cars. So what's next? What does the road ahead look like for these things?
Let's boil it all down. What did we learn today? First, EVs are way more efficient and cleaner than gas cars. Second, that secret recipe is really simple. A battery for power, power brands for the smarts, and a motor for the muscle. And third, there are different flavors to choose from. All electric, hybrids, even hydrogen cars. And they all have their own pros and cons.
And that really leaves us with one big question. All this technology is getting better and cheaper every single day. So, with all these different options, batteries, hybrids, and hydrogen, all racing to become the car of the future, which kind of electric car do you think you'll be driving one day? Something to think about. Thanks for geeking out with me on this.